Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. This week, we're beginning a new series on the subject of miracles. I do appreciate you taking the time to be a participant in these studies, and I hope you encourage your friends to do the same. I want to begin today in John chapter 20. We're going to look at verse 30 and 31, which is the purpose statement for the Gospel of John. And we're going to read the word signs. That is the word that's used in the Gospel of John for miracles. And we'll talk more about that in the days to come. John says, by inspiration, "And truly Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written, that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name." John was convinced that signs, the miracles, were necessary for producing faith in one's life. But notice, not necessarily that one saw a miracle, but that one had the recorded record of miracles. Now, with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about this word miracle. It's kind of an elusive term. And because of that, it makes it very difficult for us to have a conversation about miracles. Because you see, the way that is used in common everyday language has really watered down the word. It's become a very cheap term. Let me explain to you what I mean. And I think most of us will see what I mean by this. Have you ever heard someone say, "Well, it's a miracle that our baseball team made it into the finals. It's a miracle that this week I lost 1 pound. It's a miracle that I didn't get caught speeding." Well, that's really a cheap way to use those terms. And then we have people who talk about someone that's been maybe diagnosed with cancer, and they've gone through treatment for 3 years, and they've really struggled during those 3 years, and they say, "Boy, they're cancer-free. That is a miracle." Well, I think as we begin to investigate what a New Testament miracle looks like, we'll begin to see that doesn't really meet the criteria for a miracle. So here's what I want to ask you to do. I want you to just kind of wipe the slate clean. Let's just look at the Scripture and see what the Scriptures have to say about this subject of miracles, and then let's have the courage to follow the evidence. Join us tomorrow.